let's kick it off with the first question, Jodie. We do hear this one very often, and that is, how do I find, sorry, this question was from Sharon that we received over the weekend, specifically from Sharon. How does Sharon find a rewarding and interesting board role that is really aligned with both her passions but also her skills?
Oh, fantastic question. Thank you, Sharon, for contributing that. Well, a lot of people are interested in joining boards for a whole range of reasons. What I always like to do when I'm working with boards, particularly in the non-profit and social impact sector, is, if we have to put ourselves in the shoes of others and think about the goals that they want to achieve. So in Sharon's case, I'd be asking her, to really have a good hard look at the things that are important to you, the things that you value, the things that you really care about in the world. So, narrowing down your board search to, maybe only 3 sectors, not trying to spread yourself thinly and sort of do everything from animal welfare right through to, legal services. So I think if you narrow it down to 3, then you can do your research about organisations that you've heard about, and ones that you would like to join the board of. So I find often people don't do that research. They might be at a networking event, and a very desperate board member sort of meets them in a cocktail event and sort of, ends up saying to them, oh, can you join our board? And often people who are looking for board roles go, oh, wow, it's fantastic. Someone's just asked me to join. I'd be quite wary about that, because, you don't want to ask people to marry you on the first date. Likewise, if you're looking to join a board, you really have to do your research. So narrow it down to 3 sectors, and the sort of research that I'd encourage Sharon to do is doing the due diligence. So first of all, look at the website. What do the financial statements look like? Are they running deficits, many, many years in a row? Or have they got a healthy surplus that they can invest back into their programs? Is their website even up to date, especially about the board directors? That says a lot to me about the commitment and sophistication of the organisation about governance. Do they have a strategic plan? And actually, how strategic is that strategic plan? Is it lots of motherhood statements that no one really understands? Or is it something that you want to sign up to and say, you know what, as a board director, I can make a real contribution to this? And so by doing that research, that's sort of the online part. And then there's the sort of meeting people face to face, and sort of getting to know them a bit. And there's another way that you can sort of try before you buy, being on a board, which would be joining a subcommittee. And that would be a nice segue to help you get to know the organisation, but not sign up to all the duties and obligations as a director. There's a whole list of due diligence checklist type things that you'd need to do, but they'd be the first ones. And I guess that other part that Sharon mentioned there about the values, values are not just words that are written on a page. It's the culture and the behaviour and the way people relate. And so if you're doing your research, you could also do some pop-ins to the services if it's appropriate to do that, or make an inquiry over the phone and get a sense of how people, whether they're volunteers or paid staff, interact with people. That's not going to tell you necessarily how the board relate to each other and the culture of the board, but it can give you some good insights of, your first impressions.